Hello, today we're talking about CROUP, and people ask me, what is CROUP? CROUP is actually a cold. When it gets around the voice box, it causes children to have a barky cough. And the history normally, children will come in and say, parents will come in and say, my child took a nap, and when they woke up, they had shortness of breath, and they couldn't breathe, and they had this hoarse, barky cough. And I'll demonstrate it for you. The croupy cough is actually very, or children are like, and when we hear that from the door as they step into our office, we know, okay, that child is coming in with CROUP. Now, CROUP is, we like to use big names in medicine. The other name for CROUP is laryngotracheobronchitis. And basically it's inflammation of a child's airway where you have the voice box. So if I have a cold or a child has a cold and we have inflammation around the voice box, especially as the cold starts in the nose from inhaling the germs and then it starts to go down, you have what is called the pharynx, which is just behind the throat. So you have your nasopharynx behind the nose, your oropharynx, and then you also have your larynx. So you have your pharynx up here, your larynx is down here where the vocal cords are. When there's inflammation around there, that's when we have what is called CROUP. Now, usually CROUP tends to be worse when it first starts, and as it gets better, the cough will change. Children will not be having a difficult time breathing as the airway opens up and they feel better. So children come in, we get the classic history, as long as they are not having what we call inspiratory stridor. Stridor is that noise where you do this. They're having a hard time breathing in because of the airway that is narrowed. So if an airway is usually like this, and these are the vocal cords, and then there's CROUP, the airway can actually be swollen down to 25% of what the airway is supposed to be. So what is the treatment for CROUP? The first thing we give patients who have CROUP is steroids. We give them oral steroids. That usually starts working within 1 to 2 hours after they take the medicine, and it's just one dose. We usually like to do Decadron. Decadron is the steroid of choice for CROUP. Some people do prednisolone, which is fine too, but we found out that with Decadron, one dose, most children get much better. And then we also give them some antihistamine to help to decrease any inflammation or mucus that could be happening in their airway. CROUP tends to last 1 to 2 days. Once you give the steroid, they start feeling better. But remember that because it's a virus causing the cold, those viruses have to be flushed out. So we do the steroid, the one dose of steroid, depending on which steroid we're using. We also give an antihistamine to help with mucus congestion. And then we tell parents, make sure your child is drinking a lot, peeing a lot. The more they drink, the more they pee, and they can drink anything from Pedialytes to Gatorade, depending on the age of the child, chicken noodle soup, any kind of soup. The more they drink, the more they pee. Every time they pee, they're flushing out the infection. Within 5 to 7 days, most children are fine and the CROUP resolves. So I just want to encourage parents, when you hear CROUP, it sounds complicated, but it really isn't. Now, if your child is having a hard time breathing where there's inspiratory stridor and the child is not resting and you can just hear that loud breathing with inspiration where they're that's not good. Take them to the emergency room. They'll give them, if they need to, give them racemic epinephrine, which is a nebulized medicine. They'll give it to them. And if the child has to be admitted to the ICU to watch the airway so that the airway doesn't close up, then the doctor will determine that at the point of care. So thank you, everyone. That's CROUP in a nutshell. If you need any more information, please subscribe to our channel and we'll be happy to address any concerns that you might have. And if you have any questions, please go ahead and post on the link and we try to get to your question sooner than later. Thank you and appreciate you. Bye-bye.